Yo guys, what's up? If you enjoyed the video so far and you want to see more Destiny 2 PvP related gameplay, hit that subscribe button. That would be also really helpful for me. And in today's video we are going to talk about Blink. Nah, not this one. This one. So Blink is something that is in the game for a very long time and is never used that much, you could say. But it is actually kind of fun. In D1 it had a big popularity because there were no cooldown after blinking, so you could insta-kill someone with a shotgun, for example, after blinking. And therefore it was pretty popular and meta. But in D2 it never reached that spot, you could say, because for some reason the other movement tools were simply just better. But today we're gonna show you how you can improve your blink movement by only using a few different methods. So we prepared a list. First up, which exotic should you pick, then how you should blink jump properly and the strats about it, Nova Warp of course, the mobility stat is also very important, the choice of your guns can be sometimes helpful, especially for blink. The last two topics are, yeah, you could say a 1% in movement, but they can be really helpful, and also they're pretty funny in my opinion. But we're gonna look at that later. So before we dive into our first topic, I want to thank Josh Play for supporting this type of video. He's a Warlock main, so his knowledge helped me to bring up all the topics for Blink Warlock. His social media will be in the description box down below. Our first topic will be choosing an exotic that supports your blink. In this case, only 3 exotics are viable for blinking: Transversive Steps for gaining a movement buff, Ophidian Aspect for fast ready speed after blink, and the good old Astrocyte Verse, which lets you blink further and more frequently while radar stays up and weapon ready speed after blink is increased. So from my testing, the weapon ready speed with Astro after blinking was a little bit faster than with Ophidian Aspect. And yeah, of course with Transversive Steps, the ready speed was very slow because yeah, it doesn't give you any kind of buff in ready speed. All 3 exotics have their pros and cons, but for choosing the best blink movement, Astrocyte Verse is the go-to, because it just buffs every aspect of blink, so you get better blink, higher, further, and also weapon ready speed is increased. Yeah, and your radar stays active, so it will buff everything that has to do with your blink, and therefore this is the best exotic for now, you could say. But the other 2s are also viable, but I think for raw blink footage or raw blink gameplay, or if you want to just play blink very hardcore, this exotic is the best out of all 3. Now let's see how to use blink properly. For that I have a graphic that showcases how blink distance and height behaves focused on your base jump. If you use your normal jump and then directly use your blink, you will blink very high with less forward momentum. If you use your base jump and then wait a second for using your blink, you will get less height but more forward momentum and also more distance. This is key to master blink movement properly. The next part we need to discuss is how to use blink for breaking sight or blinking through a sniper lane. As you can see here, this lane at Endless Vale is pretty popular, and people try to hardscope or team shot this lane very often. So what you can do is when you stay here, that you just go into cover. Yeah, so right now you're out of that bad spot and you're at the safe spot, and that's pretty good. The second part is more about, okay, if you play trials and you know that the opponent was hardscoping the last 2 rounds at this, yeah, sniper lane, you could say, you don't want to show yourself, so you don't want to peek. So normally if you're not a blink not a blink warlock, you will never go like this through a lane, yeah, or just walk through a lane. That's also not very good, because then people will kill you if you just walk through a lane. But what you can do with a blink is just use it as a tool to never show yourself at a lane. If you know these certain lanes at certain maps, yeah, you will always know, okay, how you can play, yeah, effective. If you know the opponent is just a beast at sniping, then just don't show yourself, or try to get an angle where he doesn't see you, yeah. And with blink you get like zero risk at getting killed because you're not showing yourself, yeah. Even if you slide or stuff like that, there's still a chance that they hit a headshot while you're sliding through that lane. And with a blink, yeah, you just don't show yourself, so therefore it's really good, and keep that really in mind if you want to play really effective with blink. I know it's hard because it's not that much used and other stuff is just way better, but therefore this tool is just the best, you could say. One big topic for Warlock is the mobility stat. While using Dawnblade, low mobility is very helpful for Icarus skating, but on Blink, high mobility is important to jump higher and further, because the base jump determines your blink, as we learned from the previous shown graphic. What people also underestimate is their choice of weapons. For my gameplay I use Hawkmoon with quick draw max handling and the 7 Seraph shotgun with quick draw snapshot and double shotgun dexterity to make sure that my weapon is very fast in terms of ready speed after blinking. Steady hand and Fellwinder with quick draw works also, but I'm not a fan of too much meta guns in a non-meta subclass, you could say. So in general, take guns that have high handling or quick draw for fast ready speed after blinking. In the case that you're using Nova Warp, it is possible to pre-charge your super while performing a blink. This will save you a few milliseconds for the pre-charge time, which can be really handy against really good players. The last two topics are kinda rare and unknown by the majority of the player base. So number one would be, if you want to get even higher with your jump, try to look more upwards than more forward. I have an example here on Bannerfall. If you want to get on that balcony and yeah, if you don't have the right angle, you don't get up to the balcony. So try to look upwards to make sure that in a small distance you can still go up there, because normally you would jump way more, yeah, earlier to get or to make sure that you can jump on the balcony. But what you can do is, if you are in a short distance, look up and then you will still get on the balcony, and that can be really helpful. The next part is a little bit more complicated. I covered that in my video about hunter movement, because it's basically the same. What you can see here is I'm trying to jump on the stairs that go downwards, and I'm using it as a trampoline to catapult myself or to push myself in one direction. And if you do it properly, you will fly with a lot of speed in one direction, and that's really cool. It can be really handy sometimes if you need to go away from enemies or stuff like that. It's complicated to do it while in combat, but if you do it, yeah, it's just cool, yeah. It's just a cool tool, and I wanted to share it with you guys. So that's actually it for today. If you want to see more PvP related content, hit that subscribe button. Of course, if you liked it, thumbs up. And comment down below if you want to see more videos like these, and we will hopefully see us in the next video. Ciao!